Flow stealing, man. Stole that on that man, bro.
Alexa, turn off AC.
Did you get the invite?
Yeah, hold on. He got me stuck in the
Big numbers, big numbers, 100 numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad be pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more pesto.
So when is that game happening? I don't know who's arguing. When is that happening?
You gotta be from my Cleveland Mall. Them niggas play one of these malls.
That one, actually, y'all posted on. I might even watch.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers.
Oh, you went and got TJ Hawkinson, you snap.
Yeah, I took him off. I was trying to pick up somebody else, but
yeah, superstar tight end.
I got a couple. Mark Andrews?
Mark Andrews?
Hey, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no fives and no singles, don't count on them. Hey, she wanted like me cause her claim she can't count on him. She tried to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Ooh.
Putting numbers on the board like I'm keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big
Who
numbers.
you got?
Big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers. Big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number.
Last year.
Blue hunts. Whole team
Yeah, Cashman.
oh,
Good
Blake
team.
Cashman. Yeah, he nice. It's 4-3.
Oh, that's fine. What color you got on, Jalen?
Blue.
Alright, I'm gonna go white. Rashawn a different breed, boy. Rashawn got this speed? Yes. Hey, George. Fam. You ain't gonna see nothing like Rashawn. Rashawn might mess around and be the best defensive lineman I ever played with. George, do you realize nigga went up 20 overalls in one season?
Coach, the rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Baltimore Ravens. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And the catch
Oh,
made
wow.
by Marquise Lee.
That's wild.
And they're going to get this
You did not throw it to
taken
him.
down.
Not at all.
Well-executed 22-yard gain.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. And a nice little broken tackle run there by Todd Gurley, the 10th pick in the 2015 draft.
And that's what you get with him, that full package of speed, power, able to catch the ball in the backfield. Many people doubted him coming out because of the knee injury in college. We're seeing the full Todd Gurley now, and it hurts.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll lead here to a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other lines. They're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. He's going deep for Brown. His man complete. He got 29 yards that time. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
On second down, Jackson. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. DeMarcus Lawrence able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Throwing on 3rd and long. Jackson forced out to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. So a first-quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost them. All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Silver. Undercrook.
Second and 5 now. Prescott, and that'll be incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10.
And a Cowboy first down.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Gets through and now an opening. Touchdown, Cowboys! Todd Gurley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this one. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. After the sack on 1st down, Jackson escaping the pressure right. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Rashawn Gary, he's the one that drops him this go-around. And that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
Got them burning going on.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
13, Mike 13. So don't say nothing. Mike 13, Mike 13. He's coming, he's coming. Check in.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And taken at the 46. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now Prescott. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That one covers 29 yards. First down. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. A diving catch for the score. He laid out. That was special.
And you know the first thing they're going to check, right? Did he complete the process of the catch? All the way through, all the way to the ground. Ball doesn't hit the ground without control in his hands. All of that, yes. Check the box, touchdown.
Let's go, baby.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Nah, just play it out.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Come on, I'm sorry.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Being chased out left. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Wow.
Oh, look at that. A diving catch.
Like, why was Rashawn Gary just
standing there?
there?
A gain of 13. It's a first down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Now Jackson. It's complete to Brown, right side. Now Brown, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I started to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
We don't quit, bro.
I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Just turn on true clock, man.
Todd Gurley with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half.
How do you turn it on?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get you.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The tackle made by the corner, Jimmy Smith. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They try right side here, Gurley. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The third quarter starts with a run by Gurley. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get it behind the line.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Set the tone, defense.
On third down, they'll run it with Gurley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Gurley again here on first down. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 22 and a first down. They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But there used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, "Summertime and the living is easy." Right now, it's football time, and the running is easy for this crew.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Gurley. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Todd Gurley, his third of the year. And the Cowboys head on. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead.
The best thing to do with 2 clock on, bro, is just to run the ball.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try to get the ground game going with Ingram. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
From the 29, Jackson, and that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact and another. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Another carry now for Gurley. There's a nice move. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Prescott now, option right. He can run for it, and he will. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the 1st down.
It's no accident they've been moving the ball well all game long. This offensive line has done an excellent job adapting to everything the defense is throwing at them and creating holes for their runners.
40. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. Earl Thomas in on the stop.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Check 24. Check 24.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Going for the deep ball.
Oh, catch
it.
it.
Will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Throwing is Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On third down, Jackson. He's got his man, T.J. Hackinson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The end result, 21 yards. And Jackson throwing once more. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. That's picked up by the Cowboys.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out.
48 to Mike. Check.
Prescott now after the fumble recovery. But he's got Cooper on the out route. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper, and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what he said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on second down. Prescott, and that's incomplete. The veteran Jimmy Smith there on the coverage.
This goes to the goal line. You got to be very careful with the offense calls rub routes. When I call a pick, trying to screen you off from your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
The Cowboys on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. A beautiful fake. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play. How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Just a pickup of 3, but that is indeed enough. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On second down, Ingram. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. The Ravens on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And I tell you what, Charles,